Welcome to another video. This one is a real driving test in Borehamwood, where our learner unfortunately got 2 serious faults and 2 minor faults, and I'm going to talk you through the test. So let's go. So right now we're coming out the test center, and I believe they're going to be turning right. You need to be really careful here because it's quite a busy road and some cars here go really fast, so take your time to check both sides before coming out carefully. And going to the end of the road, this is a 30-mile-an-hour road pretty much straight away, but there's no space here to go that fast straight away, so just take your time. No need to go too quickly straight away. Here they could tell you to turn left or right, and if you're turning right, you're going to go straight onto a dual carriageway. And so if you're not used to joining dual carriageways at high speeds, practice that if you're going to be doing a test here. And here we've turned left, quite a narrow section where another learner of mine actually failed here for getting too close. I think they were trying to stay on the left side of the road, but it's not possible there because there's not enough space. So there, just drive in the middle, and then once you get a bit more space like our learner's done here, then you can go back to your side, which is done really well. So we've got road humps all over the place. So just take your time here, no need to rush through this bit. And we've got parked cars, so again, checking the mirror, moving over to the middle of the road again. And then get into a roundabout. I think we're going straight second exit here, so it's just a matter of checking the right, and then if it's clear, going. And because it's not a mini roundabout, you should signal left around here to let people know that you're coming off the next exit. And examiners sometimes get you to pull over on the left here, which is, I think, is happening now. So pulling over on the left in a safe space, done that really well. And it might not show in the video, but this is actually a hill here. So if you don't do it properly, you are going to roll back. So it's a matter of securing the car, and when they tell you to drive on again, making sure you do your checks, getting the car prepared by getting the clutch in the biting point, and then driving on when it's safe. If you're not too good at hill starts, check out my other video which I made specifically teaching you how to do hill starts in different ways. So our learner's moved off, and you can see the car in front is actually pulling over. So you need to be really careful here to make sure that you're seeing that first of all, that they are stopping, and then giving them plenty of space as you go past them. Going quite slowly through here. I've noticed the speed on what you're seeing right now at the bottom of the screen there is not the same as what you'd see on the dashboard. It's about 2 miles an hour difference. So when you see it saying she's doing like 10 miles an hour, she's actually doing 12. That's what she would see on the dashboard. Pulling over again. So remember, on the test, you're going to get pulled over lots of times, so you need to get used to doing this. And here they pulled over quite close to the car in front, which is going to be an angled start. So this is to test that you can drive off when there's something in front of you, and you can do it controlled. This takes a lot of clutch control, and if you don't do it properly, you might get too close to the car in front, or you might go too fast and go on the wrong side of the road too much. So it takes a lot of control to do this. Let's see how our learner does it. She's done it really well actually. And a lot of steering there as well. So that's something worth practicing. This roundabout, I think they're going right third exit. Let's see where they go. No, they went left first exit. So left first exit is usually quite easy. Just make sure you're checking the right to make sure it's safe, and then take the first turn that you see on the left. So still going quite slow around here. And I think one of the faults the learner got was progress, which is going too slowly everywhere. And I think they were trying to be too careful, which is what happened at the roundabouts. So we'll see in a few minutes at roundabouts. Apparently, she was taking too long to move when it was clear, which ended up being a serious fault afterwards. Because if it's clear, you don't need to wait around. So here we're turning right onto the main road, waiting for a nice safe gap. And done that really well. This is a 30 miles per hour road here. And this is a downhill section as well, so you got to be careful how you drive down here. If you're not careful, the car can pick up speed quite quickly. A few signs warning of a roundabout coming up. So if you can see on the right there, it's nice and clear. She didn't need to stop there. Those cars were going straight. There's nothing coming from the right. Didn't have to stop at all. That's telling the examiner that she's not really, either she's being too careful or she's not aware that the roundabout is clear. So remember, it wasn't like a one-time thing that she failed for. It was a few times that she was stopping at roundabouts for too long. And that's one of them. Again, lots of speed bumps. And then turning left into this side road. If you're going to be doing a test in Borehamwood, you have to remember there's lots of roundabouts around there, but a lot of them are clear most of the time, just like the one we just went past. It's good to understand how to do roundabouts anyway, but if you're going to do a test in Borehamwood, definitely be comfortable with doing roundabouts. And then finding a safe place to pull over on the left. Did that very well. So this is where we did the parallel park. This is where she got her first serious fault actually. So if you look, the idea was to park in front of that white car there. So the examiner will be explaining that when it's safe to do so, I'd like you to pull up alongside that white car and then reverse into the space in front of it. Don't worry about any driveways. As long as you finish within 2 car lengths from that car, it's fine. So that's the wording that's the briefing that the examiner would have given. So let's see what happens. So she's done her checks, going now to be beside the car. So now it's just a matter of going into reverse and carrying out the maneuver. Before you do that, make sure you're looking around and then carrying out the maneuver. So you can see right now there's not really anyone around, there's no one behind us. So she could have started quite a long time ago, but it's taking quite a while. And then now a car has come and they've given her plenty of space. They're waiting quite far back, so she can actually start the maneuver. But I think here she panicked and she's just waiting there. And then the car gets closer because they probably got like tired of waiting. Here, if I was in this situation, I'll still keep my reverse lights on. I'll still keep my car in reverse and then start reversing, and then hopefully they'll move around. But she's chosen to go forward, and at this point, this is when the examiner said that she didn't look around enough when she moved forward, which is where she got the serious fault for observation. But she could have avoided all that by just keeping the car in reverse and then reversing back. Hopefully the car would have gone around her. And also, if someone's waiting behind you, don't panic and go forward. Remember, you're there to do the parking exercise. People are allowed to park on the street and you're allowed to park as well. So don't panic and try to move out the way. Just finish the maneuver and the other cars can either wait or they can go around. But now it's made it more tricky, and I don't know if she's going to reverse back to the other car, but I don't think so. They're carrying on now. Maybe they're going to find a different car, or they've just said, you know what, that's fine, we're not going to do the maneuver anymore. So you see this learner is doing the parallel park as well. And they've chosen to go forward too. In that situation, guys, just finish the maneuver. Yeah, start reversing. Unless the person's really close behind you, you can just finish. You can start reversing. They'll go around you, and then you can finish the maneuver. But going forward like that makes everything really difficult, especially if you're on your test. So that was the first serious fault. And now we are back just to driving again. Turning right at the end. So these roads can seem really quiet, but you need to be really careful when you're coming out, because it can seem quiet, but then suddenly a car will appear out of nowhere. Another roundabout. It's looking pretty quiet. And she's gone. She didn't take too long there, I don't think. But if the examiner could see that it's really clear and then she's taking longer than necessary, that's also gonna that's also gonna look not that good when it comes to marking the other roundabouts as well. So if you can see that it's completely clear and there's no one there, there's no need to like stop or slow down too much. Just keep moving. Okay, so they've got another car now where they're doing the parallel park. So just get into reverse, look around, and then if it's clear, start moving. But again, I was going to say she's taking a while, but that's because there's cars coming. So she has to wait. If there's cars coming, don't start moving until they've gone past. Once they've gone past like this, look around one more time and then start moving. Start moving right now, which is she's doing, so that's good. I think the mistake some learners make is when they're on the test, they're trying to be over careful. There's a balance you have to do. You want to be safe, but you don't want to be so careful that it makes the driving look like you don't know what you're doing. You have to have the right balance. Okay, so far so good. Because you see, this is something that we practiced. So the actual maneuver itself, the learner's not too bad at doing parking. It was just observation that she lacked there on the previous attempt. So she's taking her time, which is okay, especially if there are vehicles going past you as well. And you can see here as well, she's blocking the driveway. So the examiner would have explained that blocking the driveway on this occasion is fine. I think she's making an attempt to correct. Maybe she's getting too close to the curb. And another car's coming. Maybe that's where the examiner said she didn't look around when she tried to move forward there, because there was a car coming from behind her. I think it's more likely that than the previous one. Okay, now it's just a matter of straightening up the wheels, finishing off the maneuver. And then securing the car. So you see she's quite close to the car in front. So some examiners will tell you, oh, you can reverse back a bit, by the way, if you want to. Some will leave it up to you. Some will tell you, no, just drive on from here, it's fine. But I think here, if I was doing my test, I'll definitely reverse back from here. It's a bit too close to the car in front. It's fine for the maneuver, but to drive on again, it's a little bit close. But let's see what our learner does. Yeah, chosen the right decision, which is reversing back a bit, create some space. But when you're doing this as well, make sure you're looking around first. I would reverse back even more than that, just to avoid getting too close to the car and making it easier for myself. Because you see, it's just struggling to get out because it's really close. That would have been made easier if she reversed back a little bit more. And on she goes. And again, pulling over on the left. You'd be surprised how many people struggle with actually pulling over on the left. I think sometimes people don't practice it enough because they don't think it's that important. But as you can see on the video here, you pull over loads of times on your test. And when you get your license, you're going to pull over a lot as well when you get to your destination. And then you need to know how to do that safely and then drive on again safely, which is what they're testing right now. Okay, and then driving on again. Got another learner doing their parallel park again. Might be the same one from before. You know, it's just a matter of checking the mirror and going round. It's nice and clear. Then we've got another mini roundabout. Can't really tell how clear it is because of that hedge on the right there, but the learner can see from here that it's whether it's clear or not. And there's a car coming from the right, so they've chosen to wait, which is good. Okay, so that one didn't seem too bad because there were cars coming from the right, so she had to wait. And then another one. View is a bit obstructed by the hedge, but she's continued. So even if you can see from far away that the roundabout is clear, check again and make sure you make it kind of known that you're checking. It's no good just doing a little eye movement like that. You need to check properly so that you actually can see what's going on, and also the examiner can see that you've checked properly as well. So they're slowing down. Didn't really need to slow down too much there. The person that's coming from ahead wasn't indicating, so they're going straight. So you need to kind of trust that if you keep stopping for everyone that's going straight, it's going to look like you don't know what you're doing. And it's going to hold people up as well, unnecessarily. Going towards the high street. So you see lots of signs on the floor, lots of writing telling you to slow, slow. Again, another roundabout. Didn't come to a stop, didn't need to, so carried on. And then this roundabout can be quite busy sometimes. So you need to be checking here for anyone coming from the right hand side. So far there's a few cars coming from there. So that gap looked quite big, and she could have gone there as well. These cars are coming and turning. She definitely could have gone then. And I think the car behind is getting a bit impatient as well. And they're edging forward. She definitely could have gone. Look, so many cars coming from the left and turning right. Even if there was someone from the right, they were getting blocked by those cars coming from the left. But the learner didn't see that or decided to keep waiting. So that's definitely hesitation there. I can see why she got that serious fault. Then onto the high street, it's quite busy here. So here you want to just keep your distance from the vehicle in front. Don't drive too closely, because if you do that, they could end up stopping sharply. And if you get too close, that could then be a serious fault. So just keep your distance. This makes it a lot easier for you to drive as well, because whatever they do, you have lots of time to react and stop smoothly. So going through the high street, this roundabout going straight. So you see there's 2 lanes there, one for turning right and one for going straight. I think you can also use that lane for turning left, but be very careful that you don't use the right one to go straight. So again, checking the right, could have gone there, but a bit more hesitation, which doesn't help. Sometimes even in the last roundabout, they're not going to always fail you for that straight away. They might leave it and see how you do on other roundabouts. And then if it's a habit where you're hesitating all the time, then it's going to be a serious. So there's always a chance to gain it back. And with hesitation, it's very, very rare that people fail for hesitation, especially my learners anyway that I've experienced with. To get a feel of hesitation, it probably means you're doing it too carefully, or you don't know what you're doing. So like here, the person wasn't indicating to turn, so they didn't need to wait there. They could have just made the turn. But it's like they don't trust the other person, or they're just being extra careful. That's not the best way to drive. In that situation, you have to think about people that are behind you as well. Remember, they can see that it's clear. Or they can see that the other person coming towards you is going straight, so they expect you to keep moving. If you stop suddenly or take too long, it's going to be a bit confusing and sometimes frustrating for the drivers behind as well. So you got to think about that too. So around here, not too much going on. It's still a 30-mile-an-hour road. Still got speed bumps there, going over them at around 20 miles per hour. So some people ask me, how should I go over speed bumps? How fast should I go over speed bumps? It all depends. Some speed bumps you can go over them at 20 miles an hour comfortably. Other ones, if you try to go over them that fast, you're going to feel it in the car and you're going to feel it in your body as well. So it just depends on the shape of the speed bump and how big they are. So coming up to a hilly section of the road. Still got lots of bumps to deal with. And coming up to a main road, and normally here they'll turn left back towards the test center. And it's still 30 at this section, but it's going to turn to 40 soon. It's quite a blind bend there. You can't really see too much on the right, so it's worth stopping sometimes, having a proper look, making sure that you're in the correct gear, which is first here, because this is a hill start. And then once it's clear, make your turn. And it's worth looking out for the speed limit signs as well, because it's going to change to 40 miles per hour. And if you're not paying attention, it's very easy to miss that. There you go, it's a little sign there telling us it's 40 miles per hour. And you might get tempted to go straight to 4th gear right now, but if you look at that hill, it might not look like it in the video, but it's really steep. So if you go into 4th gear too soon and then try to go up this hill, the car is going to struggle and you probably have to change gear halfway through the hill, or you might even stall. So just keep it in third, put lots of gas on to get up the hill. And then once you get over the hill, then you can think about going into fourth gear. But if your car can manage it, then that's fine. But in this car, it won't work fourth gear, going that slowly up that hill. So our learner's doing around 33. (33, 34), which is not a bad speed for this road. And then we are approaching a roundabout, a large roundabout. So here they can either go left or they can go right, third exit. Let's see which way they go. So you've got the sign on the right there telling you a roundabout's coming up and telling you which exits go where. So this is positioned to go straight or left. So we're going to see there's a huge puddle on the floor there as well. So it's definitely worth slowing down a lot, even if it's clear on the roundabout, because that puddle is really big. So I haven't seen any cars going past, so that means she's waited for quite a long time there for potentially a car that was really far away. That might have not helped with the hesitation. It's another huge gap. Then this van's gone in. So just because the van's gone in doesn't always mean that it's safe. But if lots of cars are going in, that might be an indicator that you might be taking too long. And then back to 30 miles per hour. Again, it's really, really useful and a good skill to do, or good skill to have, to look at the speed limits. If you're struggling to realize what the speed limit is on that road, play a little game with your instructor where you name or you say out loud every single speed limit that you see. Once you do this a few times, you'll see that you're not going to miss too many speed limit signs after that. And turning right back towards the test center now. So this is where people might get a bit too relaxed, because they know, they have a feeling that it's going to be over soon and they start to get a bit too chilled out. Stay focused here, because lots of tests actually get failed near the end. So make sure you stay focused until the examiner has told you, okay, now you can switch off the engine and secure the car. Before then, stay focused. So remember, this is a 30 miles per hour road. Our learner's taking it easy. And then turning right, third exit to go towards the test center. Right looked quite clear there, but she's stopped. Yeah, that van, even though he was turning, I would have gone there. The van was quite far away. She could have made that without affecting anybody. So I think by this stage the examiner has realized, or they probably realized earlier, but this confirmed that, you know, this person is hesitating too much at roundabouts, which is why they got that serious hesitation. So the right signal on, then left signal on now. Checking both mirrors as you're coming off. And then thinking about your position so you don't get too close to parked cars. And then here, turning right onto this road where the test center is. Sometimes cars come out of here quite fast, So you see there, the lorries coming out. Looked like they weren't gonna stop. So I guess our learner decided to stop, which was the right thing to do there, because that truck driver didn't look like he was going to stop. But now she can move. And then make sure you go back to the left before you turn. Some people just stick to the middle, which is not a good idea, because you want to be on your side. There's nothing stopping you from being on your side there. And then when it's safe, making the turn. So that was the test in Borehamwood. Unfortunately, the learner didn't pass. They got 2 serious faults, one for the parking and one for hesitating at roundabouts, and a minor for progress. I can't remember what the other one was, but it might have been a show me question actually, but it wasn't too bad on the minors, but the serious faults unfortunately made them fail. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I've got lots more videos like this coming up, so make sure you subscribe for more. If you want to see any other types of videos, put them in the comments below and I will make them for you. So guys, thank you so much again. Have a nice day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.